Hi YouTube. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm in a little better spirits after losing my dog, but it takes time. Well, when you miss somebody, you just miss them. That's just the way that is. But anyway, um, yeah, I passed around yesterday. I on Facebook. I shared all the information of the people in our House of Representatives, the state legislators, the senators, and so forth. And I was going to contact my local one for my district tomorrow morning. Well, Doug thought that today was Monday, and he called and left a message about fact checkers and how there was already a bill passed when Trump got kicked off Twitter. They had to reinstate him, and he even blocked me, and he had to reinstate me because it was a political forum, and he wasn't allowed to do that. Anything that our president does, this current president, he can't hide anything from us. Not if it's in the social eye, that belongs to the people. So, but anyway, I got a hold of the Nuremberg Code number 1 and plastered that all over our Capitol building website and the legislators and our governor, who I think is just evil cabal trash. And I hope you watch this. You make me sick. So before I go off, I'll just leave it there. Um, so that's what's going on today around here. So, I watched Israeli News Live, and those of you that have watched me from probably the beginning know how I talked about the woman not being the one that ate the apple, and how um, Satan pretended to be her husband and everything else. And guess what Israeli News Live reported on today? Yeah, that. And then the part that was untrue, though, he said that the woman he was bunching up, there's two major spirits of good or bad for male or female. He was bunching up the good female spirit and calling her demonic, like she somehow became good afterwards with the help of Christ. That is not the truth. But the truth will prevail. But yeah, it pisses me off. These people usurp my information. They know what I say and when I say it. I said it years ago. I've been doing this for 50 years. My studies on the cabal and the rest of their bullshit language, Bible study, deeper than they could even. I don't care what connections they think they have. My connection is from my Father in heaven and my mind, the mind He gave me. And I'm way ahead of these puppies. And yeah, it pisses me off. Not that I need the recognition, that isn't it. It's the information has been out here for decades. I've been in very large groups of people all over the United States speaking my mind for a very long time now. But then but it is too like this. Why shouldn't I be able to make money off of my knowledge? Why should somebody else take what I know and I've already put out there and not share? I mean, what do I got? 1,000 videos? And most of them are me being angry because these Illuminati babies are out there taking their knowledge that they didn't have to study. They just had everything just given to them. They have a script to read right now to this day. They didn't start as little people working for God and battling demons like I did. And to actually know from the inside, to battle a demon from the inside as a baby. Like I told Doug, and this was last night, he was like, how he went without food when he was like 18 or at 21. His parents wanted him to pay rent. Try being a baby and not being fed. Try leaving your home when you're a little kid, you know. And I mean yeah, that's sad. It is sad what he went through. I'm not taking that away or saying that that's not true. And I'm not saying that there's not children out there suffering worse than I did or maybe just as much or whatever. I am sure that is a fact that people have and are right this second, you know. But it's just like, yeah, these men, whatever. So we'll see how Doug approaches this situation with the fact checkers, but it is illegal. The law has been passed that social media cannot restrict our freedom of speech. They have not only taken some of my posts down about health issues, or they've added something to them, and that is treasonous. I have the right to tell my fellow people in the world, the ladies and gentlemen that want to hear what I have to say or see what I'm writing, they have every right to hear my opinion. And other health professionals, they have and should have. And yes, it is treason not to be heard and to have your words silenced. And it doesn't matter, especially other health professionals that are trying to save people's lives and children of the next generations coming up. That's the part that gets me. It's not just for my own children. I see little kids out there wearing these masks and stuff, and it makes my skin crawl. I just like go crazy inside, you know. It's like that's so disgusting. I really can't. I even seen my own grandkids wearing muzzles. It's like that's sad. They'll never be able to be children like they're meant to be, you know. How are you going to blow bubbles through a mask? How do you chew bubble gum? How do you play with bubbles, I suppose, like that, but you sure can't blow a bubble. And if you did, it'd be contaminated because viruses are not catchy in the air. You have to be injected with them, you know, and all their shedding bullshit and everything. If they're vaccinated, then they're protected. And if I'm not, then I would die. I got sick when I got a shot from the CDC, you know, and they're not going to shut me up. More people are going to hear the truth of it because it's so easy to overlook it because it's not happening to you. If it didn't happen to you, this was in 1976, but I mean, if it didn't happen to you, you know, it's pretty easy to overlook and say, hey, well, that was her and this is now and things are different. And no, those vials I found have been in existence for thousands of years. And they use them to perpetuate their lies, just like playing the Bible over and over and over again, just to control people. So, yeah, their time's getting short. I do know that. They can pretend like some of our time is just about up or something, but I'll tell you a fact. It's just beginning. So they can pretend to be whoever they want to be. I don't care. I really don't. I know better. Because obviously, if people like you and I had been in control before, this shit wouldn't be going on right now out in this world like this. We would have been taking care of people the way that we're meant to do, and our voices would be heard. So, yeah, it's a pretty big deal. Looks like it's going to rain today in a little bit here. I got to go out and feed them stray kitties. So, just a sec. Yeah, watch them take use this. I always wait to see what YouTube's gonna pick for my cover photo, and of course I can edit it. I see how to do it. I just let them pick what they want to pick. It's like I got a gazillion funny faces I can make, so let them get them all. That's fine. That'll just show everybody out there that I'm a part of everybody like that. Look through my video list. you know, you know. so, so, yeah, I think it's funny. So, but yeah, it'll be really interesting to see what one of our state representatives has to say. Back in the day when I was calling uh, Governor Mark Dayton at the time and Senator Rick Nolan, well, I started emailing them, and we were in correspondence for years. And I'd even send like dissing on the government memes to Mark Dayton, and I know he's laughing. I'm thinking to I can hear his brain because I even knew him when I was a little kid. We were kids. His parents owned Dayton's department store, which owns Target, and well, anyway, so yeah, he recognizes me. he knows me. so yeah, but anyway, I played a major part in getting some really good eyeglass care for Doug and my son. And, I was just disgusted at the quality. Well, right now, Doug was able to get an appointment for his eyes with the insurance that he has, but it won't help pay for his glasses. And he's on Medicare. So, and that's Blue Cross Blue Shield. And I've had that since I was a nurse when I was 17 years old. Minnesota Blue Cross Blue Shield, always been the top of the line, the very best. And our new governor changed the laws and made it so seniors don't get the eye care they need. I suppose they think that that's okay, that they can pay taxes to let them become big and plump like he is, while Doug has to suffer with poor eyesight. You know, that's cruel and unfair, and that's some bullshitty shit right there. so yeah, so that's what's been occupying my mind and my time is they're not going to silence me, and if they want to uh have their little groups like their United Nations and um, the Nuremberg meetings and their summits here and um, uh, what would you call it? Well, around the world, meeting like, oh, our president goes meets the queen, yeah, and then what? Who cares? Nothing's going to change ever unless we change it. And the only way we can change it is doing it legally and starting at the bottom. Well, personally, like take for instance, and this is true, Camilla Harris would not be smiling so big or like Nancy Pelosi, these women, if they were my neighbors. I guarantee you that. And the one that we contacted literally lives, we almost bought a horse from his ex wife, literally lives um, 2.5 miles away. 2 miles if you go just straight. So, you don't really want to upset the people that put you in office unless you really don't care and you're that stupid. I mean, not that Doug or I would do anything, but there's a fine line to government and governing the people and doing it right, you know. And if you have to keep saying no to bullshit. If you want a bill passed and we want a bill passed, we can't cave. And they say, well, they're not going to pay them if they don't pass these bills. Well, then sit in there and flipping rot. If you are not doing what's in the best interests of all the people, then you are not doing your job. And is it the majority rules? Well, in that case, I fear for them that there are more people out in this world not buying their bullshit anymore than there are ones that do. From what I see, and from what I've heard other people in New York, I've heard people and that's New York City, I've heard in big venues, and people in, say, like Los Angeles and Malibu area and around about, saying that from taking the pulse of the people, what they can tell is nobody, for the most part, is buying this. I think there's ones that are getting roped into it, trying to keep their jobs, but that's only going to last so long for them, you know. So, well, it's always been the same. It's a matter of them being rich. You're not. They're in control. You're not. Keeping you pacified, like sticking a little, whatever you call them little things. I never used them for my kids, but them little plug shut 'em up things. Um, I just tell my babies, shh, you'll be okay, and then they'd be okay. And have to plug something in their face unless they were hungry, you know. Anyway, people are kind of dense like that. Well, I can see a caveman. Here's a rock. Ugh. Nah, people were never like that. Not at all. Uh, we will find all our history. I guarantee you that. I started a saga and I will finish it, but these bastards have not come up to speed with what is actually a true story. So I'll wait till they get to that point. That brings me to mind what the real watchers are. The real watchers are demons, and they watch anybody with a good heart. And if you get rid of one demon in your life, another one will appear. That's who the watchers are. So they're not of Christ's blood or anything else. They're the fallen. That's their bloodline. That's what they do. That's all they do. So, and I tell you again, they have a place, we have a place. It's not coming together, it's the separation. So, I know that seems painful. And like I said, that can include some of my children and family. There's nothing I can do about that. From what I understand, and that's why I'm laughing, I won't even know or care they ever existed because they've chosen to take their name out of the book or they never were in there. They were created to be destroyed. No, it sounds cold, but it's not. If they're not human, they're not human. I'm not playing games with demons, you know? So, what do you think about that? Do you play well with your demon? I don't. I don't play well with mine or yours. I'm going to take care of them all. That's why I'm here. I'm not a watcher. I'm not watching nothing. I'm participating, you know. So pretty much participating like their little sacrifice ever since I got here. But guess what? I'm going to be avenged. And so will all of you. Don't you worry your great big hearts on that. God will take care of us. He'll take care of them too. Some of them will become like servants. That's who they are. You know, you can't try to control other people ever. You know, but and then that brings something else to mind. Um, People that like to play pretend, and then they'll say, "Oh, well, they have God in their heart," and but yet they're spiritual and they're talking to the universe. Well, that's good. That can be maybe a good entry level think about who the hell made you type of situation. But in all reality, we know we didn't make ourselves, and God deserves that honor. And I can't sit by and play games with these universal freaks playing pretend in the Matrix when it's really not quite like that, because it's not a matrix. This world is real. Our flesh is real. Our blood is real. We are not batteries. They cannot suck off of us like that. Satan cannot win a soul he doesn't already own. It's impossible. Impossible. So watch everything I'm said. You can go back. You can go back. Listen to my saga. I'll be back when more people get on board, understanding that. Yes, I guess I'm gonna tell it like it is. Yeah, I want some recognition for the hard work I put out here. I was the one that confronted the Masons almost 25 years ago and told them start put it out in a big way so people see, and talking to people in the government and other things about their dark cabal bullshit. And yes, that's brazen and that's bold and that's brass, you know? Yeah, that's me. So, and someday, some of them, in a little way, they're like, yeah, we see you, but let's do it in a little bigger way, because I'm kind of a little bigger deal than what they're saying. Do I think I'm somebody? No, I'm not anybody more than you are. Am I somebody more than they are? Maybe, you know. What the hell ever, you know. Whoever they think they want to be, I don't care, you know. So, oh well, you know. But anyway, I wanted to God bless your Sunday or Monday wherever you're at, and I'm gonna upload this and go feed my kitties, and I'll be back. I'll keep you updated on that. Our House of Representatives, and see how represented we're really truly going to be, because there should be a class action lawsuit against Facebook. And if YouTube silences you and you're trying to tell the truth and you're not copywriting anybody and you're totally an individual, they have no business infringing upon your freedom of speech. At least this is America. Maybe they want to become Chinese, like they really want to be, move over there. You know, you want communism? Go move there. Don't try and bring it here. We're Americans. We're not putting up with this. And I think there's other, well, I sadly to say, the ones that are under monarchy rule, like the peoples of the United Kingdoms and stuff, seem to be caving. You know, I don't know, it just seems that way, and they're really coming down hard on them. Maybe because too, they live on an island. Most of them, well, like even Australia is. It's considered a continent, but it's a very large island. But you know, so okay, everybody. Peace and love, and thank you for joining me. And um, consider what I say. I'm saying the truth. My videos have always been seemed maybe way out there or belligerent or fat headed, but with all the love in my heart, I need to put this information out here for the next generation so they can hear a woman with a strong mind and see how it's done. So, if you feel it was worth sharing or liking, I'd appreciate it. Peace, y'all.